Coach.
Grew up there. My dad, a long time ago, was an assistant at Providence College for Joe Mulaney and then Rick Pitino. And I got lucky. I was in the gym shooting around one day, and one of the coaches canceled. And Coach Pitino looked at my dad and said, "Hey, why don't you bring little Billy along?" And so my first ever game was at Fenway, ironically, against the Tigers. And I'm pretty sure Jack Morris pitched, but I'm not 100%. I feel pretty confident that and at the time I had no idea who Jack Morris was, but I remember. And so ever since then, I've been a lifelong Red Sox fan.
How old were you?
Summer before third grade. Summer before third grade. So a long time ago, because it's, I'm getting old.
Coach Donlon was asked how his don't foul much style squares with maybe you're a little bit more aggressive, and he deferred to you on that because of their recent issues on defense.
Yeah, I think there's always a balance. There's always a balance, I believe, with fouling. You don't want to foul too much. You don't want to foul. You don't want the guys in foul trouble. Certainly, I think when you're not coaching in the Power Five, and one of the struggles of when you have to go play a money game, there's some differences too that I think might have been a little different. But you have to have I do think you have to have a mentality for physicality when you play defense. And so, we want to find the proper balance of fouling. Sometimes there's a really good foul. The Europeans were the ones that brought over to us fouling on the break. Like if there's a 3-on-2 break and you had the ball and you weren't in foul trouble and you weren't in the bonus, they were the ones that brought over here take that foul to eliminate transition. So there are times where there are smart fouls, and I don't have any doubt that the coaching staff, coach certainly will continue to educate our guys on those kinds of things.
Is there a toughness factor that needs to almost be inherent in players, or can it be elevated?
Well, I think any area. I think toughness is a skill, and so any skill can be improved. So I do think toughness is a skill, certainly, just like anything else. One guy comes in and his elite skill is shooting. Another guy comes in and he's already pretty tough. But whatever it is, toughness, competitiveness, toughness, I think those are all skills that certainly need to and can get improved as you move up the ranks. I mean, I think that's just part of the process.
Coach Donlon said you had a workout this morning with Charles Matthews. How's he looking? He said he's not 100% yet. How do you sort of evaluate his status?
Just excited. It's just he's he's appreciative to be here. And Charles is been really, really coachable. He works. Just works. So it's great to have him here. I think for anybody, as a player, if I could go back and have a fifth year instead of the 4 years, be a 23-year-old senior, which is maybe maybe that'll be for Charles. I mean, this year will be great for him from that standpoint, and then also it'll make our, I would assume he'll be on our scout team, make our scout team a whole lot better too from that standpoint. Charles being on the offensive side of that, so he's been really coachable. He works really hard. Love his competitiveness. He's working. He can attack, and he's been a winner his whole life. And every day to go against a guy like Derek, to be able to practice against a guy like Derek Walton every single day, I think that's great for the both of them. And then those guys playing together in the two guard is also advantageous. But he's been really good, really competitive. Really bothers him when he doesn't win a drill or doesn't win a competition, both individually or with his team. And that's a great trait to have.
Have you seen Derek really take him under his wing and sort of show him the ropes?
Yeah, I think the guys are they're really there's great leadership. The older players are showing the younger guys the ropes. That's what I would say, and you need that, you want that. Derek's his personality. Every day you're blessed to work at the University of Michigan. You're blessed to work for somebody like Coach Donlon, but then also to have the guys we have just as people, how coachable they are. Really, really lucky. Really, really lucky.
In terms of concepts, scheme, whatever you want to call it, is this a defensive overhaul from what these guys did last year? Is it that much different, or is how much of a change is it?
I'm not. It's Coach. Certainly, I'm lucky. I have a voice in practice. But Coach, we have conversations as a staff every day. So I think as I've said when I got here, Coach Donlon can coach defense. He changed the game of college basketball for about a 5-year period when he came up with the 1-3-1. When they went to when he took them to Monday night, they were top 40 or 50 defensive team. So I just maybe some different terminology or those kinds of things that can be beneficial, but I wouldn't call it in any way an overhaul or anything like that.